to edit. I'm really looking forward to this. Putting the Marvel Minute one first was a good idea.
Yeah.
So we got like a Spider-Man section and then a cosmic section. So, all right, I'll do Silver Sable and then you can do the cosmic shit because I was a little lost. Fucking still behind on Guardians. I've finished the first arc. All right, welcome back here, guys. We just finished Renew Your Vows. Moving on to Silver Sable and the Wild Pack. This is issue number 36. I love how Silver Sable looks in the corner box art on the cover.
Yeah.
You see how wild her hair looks?
Yeah, she looks crazy. She has like Medusa hair.
Yeah, it's like parted the opposite way when she's holding the gun down low. I'm like, oh, you got to throw back the part the other way. I like it the other way there, Silver Sable. But
I love the corner box art.
Yeah, I like that they brought that back. That's cool. So yeah, we got Silver Sable and the Wild Pack number 36. After faking her own death, Silver Sable is back in the mercenary game, and this time she really might not survive. In the wake of Norman Osborn's control of the Symkarian government, one of Sable's operations goes south, and she finds herself in a small group of hostages trapped in the clutches of a dangerous group of terrorists. With no equipment and no backup, Sable has to make sure that she and the innocents trapped with her find a way out alive. Piece of cake. So yeah, we got just a one-shot here. This is the 4th of 5 one-shots this month with Darkhawk coming next week. It's the final one. And we got writer Christina Faust, pencilers Paulo Siqueira and Jose Luis, inkers Cam Smith, Terry Pallett, Paulo Siqueira, and color artist Rochelle Rosenberg, letterer VC's Joe Sabino. So this is not really any longer than a normal Marvel comic, but we have all those people working on it. But it doesn't, I mean, you can't tell. The art looks great throughout the issue.
No, you can't tell it changes, really.
Yeah, it's sweet. And it starts off with this. I don't know if these are spikes in this girl's head or hair, but she's in this life raft, and she gets jacked up by what looks to be Silver Sable by the white arm. She's pulled out of the raft as she makes her way to shore before we start checking in on the bad guys. Now, these are kind of like fake Nazi-ish type bad guys. I wouldn't say they're straight up Nazis. They got like a different symbol that's kind of jagged in representation, and they have this hail kind of Hydra type salute. But you know, they're like a totalitarian type group. And they have a bunch of hostages aboard this ship. That's where Silver Sable is apparently making her way to. They do this whole ISIS thing where, they take hostages and shoot them on a live stream, in order to get what they want. They grab the next hostage, which is this lady with kids. They bring her to the camera and they say, they have 59 minutes to comply, or, you all right over there? Hello?
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I just heard a bunch of static. Anyway, they have 59 minutes to comply, or this girl is the next one to die. That's when this smoke grenade comes flying out of the vent, kind of starts filling up the whole room. And we see Silver Sable is, responsible for this. She pops in. She's got this knife in her mouth, looking all badass, killing chicks left and right. Because this is a group of women terrorists too, by the way. So we see like basically the first victims going down at the hand of Silver Sable. And then we flash back to 10 minutes ago and kind of see what happened to this chick she pulled underwater. And we recap that fight. And this is just the beginning of just a straight up action-filled issue from here on out. Really hitting at my heartstrings because I'm a huge action comic book fan, especially when it's done well. And this is some good drawn action. Like, you don't get lost throughout the fight at all. This chick pulls a knife out of Silver Sable's thigh, basically, and then uses it to stab her in the thigh, drawing sharks their way, which will come into play throughout the rest of the issue. This is all pretty cool how it comes full circle.
Yeah, it really is.
These sharks start swimming after Silver Sable, obviously, in the middle of this ocean. by the ship because she's the one leaking blood out. She weasels her way into this, hole in the ship's hull, and then works her way up to the ladder, starts climbing up. And I wasn't sure at first that this was her getting bitten by the shark. I thought it was this chick coming swimming after her and stabbing her again. But oh no, they go all in.
Oh,
and Silver Sable's leg is fucking chomped on by a goddamn shark, a great white shark. Hopefully Kevlar at least limits the damage. That's what her suit's made out of. To counter the shark's bite, she stabs it right in the fucking eyeball.
Right.
Which then results in the shark getting bitten by the other great shark in the area. So this shark is getting eaten by another shark now. She kind of tends to her wound at the top of the ladder, away from animal danger, at least for the moment. Starts working her way through this ship. Whoops the ass of this chick with a mohawk, hurt leg and all. Throws her overboard into the sharks. I couldn't tell if she was trying to save her or not after she chucked her. Did you get that?
I thought she was trying to grab her gun.
Oh, okay. I got you now. She ends up with just a knife because, with the dialogue too. That's I think you're right. She misses the gun too, and then she's like, "Well, I'll just have to do this with a knife." So she pulls out her knife, hops into this room containing this old lady who just must have been a piece of shit for her whole life and kind of running this operation. Straight up just slices her throat after a brief talk between the two, and then climbs in the air vents. And now we're catching up with the moment in time where she sees this quote unquote mother get dragged into the room to be, the next victim of the hostages, and kind of alters her plans for the situation to save this lady instead of continuing on with the true mission at hand at first. So now we're just back to where she was. She starts fighting just the different chicks throughout the ship. The chick she's currently fighting kind of mentions how they used to all look up to Silver Sable, but she's let them down, and that's why they're here to take over what they're taking over. The leader with the half-shaved head and the tattoo in the shaved area comes busting in with the hostage. And she just straight up opens fire on both Silver Sable and the chick that works for her. And this gives Silver Sable basically the opportunity to turn the tides with at least this one individual, in a way, because she starts saying, "See, this chick doesn't care about you. She just wants what she wants. It's selfish. It's not for anybody but herself." And then all of a sudden the bridge they're on gives way as Silver Sable falls. The chick doesn't use it as an opportunity to kill Silver Sable. So, that's obviously the talk worked, I guess you could say. She recovers her hobbled ass leg and body up up this broken bridge, and tries to contact through her earpiece who she was talking to throughout the issue, but that's kind of failed to work at this point in time. She chucks it off and heads to go really enter the final battle of this issue, filled with battles. Works her way to the top of the ship's hull. This chick is, I don't know, giving a YouTube speech, I guess, or something, like live streaming some of her SSS nonsense. As the hail goes up, one of the chicks that was hailing gets pulled up, obviously, by Silver Sable, who's in a badass way hanging from, the ship's rope ladder, upside down with her shark-bitten leg bleeding all over the place, just firing weapons and killing people. Now, is this chick that blows the ship apart to ultimately make it start sinking good or bad? I don't understand. She's bad, right? And just wants to kill all the hostages at this point?
Yeah, she's bad. The blonde lady,
there.
Right?
So she blows this bomb off to just basically end this whole standoff and kill all the hostages, which makes Silver Sable make a choice. Do I chase this bad leader down, or do I go after the hostages? Obviously, she's going to save the hostages. Yeah, and then is this the chick from the beginning Silver Sable talked to? She sneaks up on the bad leader as Silver Sable takes off.
It's the lady who was like, "Oh, you were my biggest influence when I was a kid. I wanted to be just like you." She ends up stepping in to be a hero.
Yeah, it's all coming full circle now. So yeah, Silver Sable goes down to save the hostages, and she's kind of in some shit here because there's that shark that ate the other shark.
Yeah,
still floating around underneath the ship's hull at this point in time. She's like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!" As the bad guy gone good drags the leader overboard into the ocean as they go down splashing. So Silver Sable basically ricochets a bullet to open the door where all the hostages are quote unquote drowning. You know, they're stuck, which I guess flows enough water out and pushes the shark away through an exit somewhere. Is that what? I don't know. That's the one part that was a little like transition fuzzy to me.
It opens another door that like sucks out all the water in the shark.
Yeah, the shark goes flying that way, and all the people are quote unquote saved as she brings them to the top of the ship, and Silver Sable finally gets them all out of here on a bunch of different helicopters, which wraps up the issue. Yeah, I mean, again, as far as buy, borrow, or forget goes, I mean, it was entertaining, action-packed, art was awesome. You know, it could have been really an issue that Silver Sable was replaced by any other hero, and I probably would have enjoyed it just as much. But I mean, it was still an entertaining story. It was done well. I liked the creative team as far as story goes, and the idea for a decent one-shot and the art team all, you know, chipping in together, obviously doing different things, but making it all look pretty uniform. I'm between buy and borrow on this. This is kind of like Punisher from last week to me, but I enjoyed it a little more than Punisher. I think if this was Punisher instead of Silver Sable, I would say it's a buy. But since it's just, you know, kind of a Silver Sable throwaway one shot, I'm going to lean towards borrow overall. But I did enjoy it a ton. You know, if you're buying all these one shots, I would say buy this one. This is probably one of my favorite of the bunch that we've read and reviewed by far. But yeah, I think it's a borrow for now. It's fun, but it's not world or mind blowing. So, you know, what do you think of it?
Yeah, it's definitely not mind blowing. I have to say that whoever I've never heard of Krista Faust, but whoever she is a good writer, and I'd like to see her do something else after this.
I know.
And I love Paulo Sequeira. He did the art for the Free Comic Book Day Spectacular Spider-Man. That shit, fantastic artist, fantastic. I think he's doing an issue of Astonishing X-Men too. He's going to be one of those all-star artists. And he did some work in the Venom anniversary issue that had like all the different artists and all that. So I really like the story. She's like a female James Bond. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a female.
She doesn't have any powers or anything. She's just fucking a sweet military chick, really.
And all these ladies on the bad like Nazi ladies, they're really buff. Like they're really muscular. I wouldn't want to fuck with them.
No.
Kick my ass.
Chicks I'd be fighting.
I really enjoyed it. You know, great art, good story. You've had a beginning, middle, end. I mean, you could go from here, or you don't have to. One or the other. This is This is probably the only one shot where I would actually might take the time to write in and be like, you know what, I would like to see a Silver Sable series after this, and you should probably let the woman who wrote it write the series. Like,
yeah, I know.
The dialogue was great. The story was good. The shark. I love how like something so small is like the shark biting her in the beginning, or the lady stabbing her in the leg to attract the sharks. Like that played throughout the whole entire issue. It wasn't just something that just happened in the beginning. Like
because it looked cool.
Yeah. Really good story. I really enjoyed it, and when I was reading it, I read it last night. I put it off because I've been so disappointed in most of these one shots that I put it off until the last minute, and I was in the bathroom and I clogged the toilet. So I read it while I was plunging the toilet. So anything that could make a literally shitty job good, I'd say deserves a buy.
It's some twisted reasoning, but we'll roll with it.
I'm gonna give it a buy because, I was plunging away and that shitty water was splashing everywhere. I really enjoyed myself because of this comic book, so I'm gonna give it a buy. Thank you, Silver Sable.
Yep, Silver Sable can make shit fun. So we're gonna take a quick cut here. We'll be back with the Midpoint Marvelous Facts and the Cosmic section of the evening. So stay tuned.